embodied in such a short script. Right from the beginning, we have the fleeting glimpse of the body in the water, then there's a body emerging from the water, our protagonist lost her son to the water, and ultimately, no spoilers, but a body is returned to the water. It is such a moving, fluid depiction of grief and motherhood, and I would love to know, what's the thing that you found most surprising creatively through this process?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was the way that it integrated with my other projects. It seems like I'm always speaking about life and death and grief, which is something that everyone can relate to, but in different ways. So I found these symbolisms to be quite out there. So it wasn't like an easy film to write. I'm not going to say that, but it was very vivid from the beginning, which is rare. Sometimes we have to work a lot and try to find these symbols to convey our story. But in this case, in the case of Body of Water, it was very natural, and it speaks to exactly what you said: grief and motherhood and family and sacrifice, which are really hard things to talk about. But I guess that through symbolism, through folk horror, I think we can convey that very fast, very quick, in the short, and in a very fun way when we talk about genre. So yeah, mostly that.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing. Ian, let's go to you with chicken. I feel like so many of us feel like that chicken, just dealing with the day-to-day monotony of life. I personally felt inspired by your main character to maybe fly the coop, so to speak, of my typical routine. Can you tell us a little bit more about your inspiration for this project?
Sure, yeah. I mean, we're all the chicken. I think, for me, it's a little bit of an image that comes to me that I get excited about that I haven't seen before, and something that I feel like is cinematic and exciting, and something about this chicken experiencing the city by herself for the first time, and her head ascending through that moon roof and seeing all the lights and seeing the reflections in the wets of her chicken eyes and the chicken head darting around, and you start to hear music, and that became some sort of an iconic visual that I got so excited about and built a little bit of a world out around that. And then the story is also weaved in there too, that I'm looking for to sort of join forces with the imagery and this idea, I think, of stepping out of our comfort zones and exploring the world, and stepping out of our own silos and our communities, and seeing how how the world functions around us, and different worlds exist within our world, and to be able to experience that and be open to it, and come back home, I think is something that's worth a wild journey for anybody.
Amazing. And we're just going to hope that those are egg-laying chickens and not the other kind of chickens, right?
Yes. They're to lay eggs, yes. That's for the farm. Yeah, he's collecting their eggs.
Love it. Good to see. And then Edward, let's talk to you about Pushing Daisy. Talk about romanticizing your life. I loved the line about how she puts the fun in funerals. But it was also really fun to contrast this idealized sitcom version of life with kind of a grim reality, and setting it all in this heavy setting. What was the element in your script that you would be most excited to play with on screen?
Oh God, I mean, where do I even start? Thank you for the question, and obviously thank you for having me. Pretty much everything, really, but the most important thing is obviously how it translates on screen, and that's really down to performance. And I think comparing the performance and the production design and all of that with the two sitcom filters, so we're not we're going sort of full on really into the two filters. So we're going to change the costume, we're going to change the performance, the lenses, absolutely everything between the two filters. So really, the most excited we all are about this project is seeing the two filters kind of play up to what Daisy's going through internally, and is this sort of visual representation of emotional dissociation, really, and kind of putting it on screen and kind of make sort of having it materialized is the most exciting bit. I would imagine. Yeah.
Amazing. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for sharing with us. And I believe, if without further ado, I haven't seen any of the questions come in from home. So I think that we're good to actually get to this announcement.
Exactly.
It's the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to announce the winner of the Kinolime short script competition. So let's do a little drum roll here, please. And Oleg, I will allow you to do the honors.
Thank you. Again, before I open this up, I would like to say thank you to everybody who submitted into a competition. We had over 2,400 submissions into this competition, and the three of you made it to this final round. And again, it's an honor and a privilege on behalf of the entire Kinolime team to announce the winner, and at the same time, just to thank you for sharing your work with us. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
let's do this. And the winner is
Pushing Daisy.
Pushing Daisy.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And congratulations. And I just wanted to say, Oleg didn't say it himself because he's too modest, but our other two finalists, we loved your scripts so much, and Oleg and Kinolime believe in you both so much that they're actually going to award you both $1,500 towards the making of your shorts. So we can't wait to see them, and thank you so much
Thank you all.
for sharing.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Incredible and
Edward,
absolutely mind-blowing.
well, we're going to
Yeah.
chat with you now. We're so excited. Congratulations. How are you feeling in this moment?
Honestly, I don't know. It's a little bit mind-blowing, but it's just such an incredible feeling. We've put so much work into this already, and it's good that it sort of pays off. It's absolutely mind-blowing. To be fair, I'm kind of speechless at the moment. To find my words.
Well, hopefully not too much, because I've got a couple more questions for you.
Sure, absolutely.
What are you hoping that audiences take away from this story?
It's the importance of talking. The importance of talking and kind of facing up to what you feel. It's something that writing this, Danny and I took away ourselves.
Yeah.
It's how Pushing Daisy sort of came to fruition. Is two men being uncomfortable about what they were going through and kind of finally talking about it. It brought about a sense of liberation. I think it's an important thing. It's for absolutely everyone to talk about what you're going through, however difficult it is, and not sort of repress emotions, because they might come back to bite you in unexpected ways.
Well, and finally, what are your plans to film this project and get it out into the world? How has that process been like?
I mean, pretty much the gun is loaded, and we're ready to fire it off. We've pretty much the casting process is kind of done. We're crewed up. We've got the studio set up. The set build is all set up. We've had I was talking to Danny and Miara a few weeks back when we got into the top 10. We did the interview, and I was telling them how much work has already gone into this. Because
tell us a little bit about. I heard a rumbling. Tell us a little bit about the set of all of this.
It was very early on, and we were sort of discussing this over pints at the end of a day of writing, and like how we actually going to pull this off. So we reached out to a bunch of mortuaries around London And it
As
was,
one does.
yeah, of course.
Top 5
you know.
things to do on a Monday morning.
And we're like, wouldn't it be incredible if we actually built it? We'd never built a set, and we didn't actually understand what it implied. So we started doing our research. We started reaching out to people. When we reached out to a production designer, she gave us a quote, which was absolutely crazy. We were all like, okay, how about what if we can source quite a lot of this for free? And she was like, that will save us on money, of course. So what we did, we reached out to set building companies and asked for quotes. And we reached out to one particular company. I think it was the 356, I want to say, but I think I'm lying. But anyway, it's a set building company out of Bristol, and our DP reached out, got a quote for 15 grand, to which he responded like, we don't have that. Listen, we're a self-funded short film. Is there anything that you're throwing away, like flats or anything like that, and we'll just take them off your hand? And he's like, well, funny you should mention that. Actually, next week, we're getting a mortuary set back from an Apple TV series, which I'm not going to mention now, but we recently found out which one it was. But maybe later on. But basically, he's like, we're getting it back, and we were going to throw it away. Do you guys want it? And we were like, absolutely. Okay, I'm going to reach out to you, tell you when to pick it up. No, actually, at first he said they'll deliver it for a nominal fee. Well, thank you very much. We'll take it. But then the day before, like, we can't deliver it. Are you able to come and pick it up in Bristol? We all dropped everything, and me and Tom, the DP, rented a van and went and picked it up just the next morning, really, at 7 a.m. We were in Bristol at the studio. It's like the guy we met there who gave us the set said, if you didn't show up within an hour, this would be in the skip. So we were very lucky, and we got quite a lot of flats. And then we took it to Tom's mum's garage in Cheltenham. We woke her up and said we brought a morgue in your garage, and it lived there for a lot of months. So that's how we got it. And then in the coming months, because that sort of worked, we started reaching out to people here and there. We got a whole kitchen furniture set from the 70s for free. Again, we rented a van. We went to Hitchin, which is just outside of London, 2-hour drive. We picked that up. We got a vending machine from a theatre in London. We picked that up the same.
What you're saying is, like, the scrappiness prevailed, particularly when you're trying to make a short, and also just asking, reaching out to places and asking. That is 100%. Phenomenal.
And what the guy said from the set building company was, listen, I've made shorts before. I know how difficult it is. We're all filmmakers. We all love the craft. We do it for the passion. I'm going to help you guys out. And the amount of people who have been in the same sort of, they responded to the project. It is crazy what we're doing. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We are aware of how crazy it is, but I think it's
scope.
Absolutely. But I think if you're a short filmmaker, you need to try to stand out, and you need to go for something that's ridiculous and crazy. If you're just trying to do the same thing that everyone does, you're just making another short film. And we don't want to make another short film. We want to make Pushing Daisy something that really, blows people away. Not only the story itself, the film itself, but we won't.
I want to stop you there just because we did get a couple of viewer questions, and I want to make sure that we get to address those. Sab asked, wondering the plans about the visual differences between the sitcom and the drama sections. Is it different lenses, different aspect ratios? Can you describe that? And they also said, best of luck with the final.
Thank you very much, Sab. Yes, absolutely. So We've already done, again, we've reached out to Panavision. We explain what we're doing. Tom, our DP, has worked with Panavision before, and they were incredibly intrigued by what we're trying to do. So they said, come down, have a lens test out some cameras, test out some lenses, and we are going to be shooting the sitcom bit. We're going to be shooting on. I'm not a DP, so
Me neither.
I'm going to try to keep it as layman as possible. I am a writer, so I know we're shooting with some classic lenses from the 70s, the same stuff that Seinfeld and Friends was shot on.
So
We are lighting it pretty much old school with tungsten light, exactly the same way Friends was shot. So Tom wants to really achieve the exact same look of old school OG sitcoms by recreating the exact same lighting setup. He's been
Amazing.
reading books about it. He's been talking to people. So yeah, we're going to shoot it in 4:3 aspect ratio, and it's going to look like a 90s sitcom effectively.
Amazing.
Whereas for the reality filter, we're shooting anamorphic and pretty much all practical lighting. So we're going to have all of the lights at the top turn off, all practical lighting in the mortuary itself. So it's kind of moody, shadowy, and stuff like that. So there's going to be quite a lot of difference between the two filters, and we're going to be cutting from one aspect ratio to another, which we've already tested, and it's the right amount of jarring to the point where it kind of recreates sort of visually the feeling that Daisy also experiences.
Amazing. Well, I think that you sound like you know a lot about lenses for a writer. As a writer myself, I'm like, whoa, that's above my pay grade, right? One more question. This one is from Miss Carlisle. Did you assemble your crew just for this project, or are you friends, frequent collaborators? You know, what is your experience in making shorts?
So Danny and I met at BAFTA 3 years ago as a networking event at BAFTA, which is literally the night we met. He told me I want my next film to be something about a mortician talking to dead bodies. That's all he had, and 3 years later, here we are making that film.
Amazing.
Tom and Danny went to university together. They collaborated on previous projects. And Charles, our producer, we all worked on a previous project called Sherbet, which you can check out on Film Shortage on YouTube, by the way. So just a shameless plug. Basically, we all worked on a project together, and we've known each other for 3 years. And then we have another producer on board called Jack Murphy. He worked with Danny previously, and he was just a producer on the new series of Neuromancer. Production secretary. So he was sort of our plug for getting Shinfield Studios to shoot this at. So we're friends. And we're collaborators, and I think that's the best part of making short films, is that you get to do it with friends, and you get to do it with people that are completely aligned with you.
Well, and every step of the way, it sounds like you've been supported by other people who, you know, maybe not too long ago were in similar situations where they were making short films, or, you know, from people who know the industry and know how hard it can be and are jumping in to say, here, let's help and make it a bit easier. Again, congratulations. We are so excited for you, and congratulations to our other finalists as well. Again, granting them all each $1,500 as well is so special and supportive. And again, why Kinolime just really stands out among the other screenwriting competitions. So this was just such a fun, wonderful, exciting afternoon. And, you know, thank you to everyone, as Oleg said, who submitted your short script. As a writer myself, it can be really hard to put yourself on the page. But as Edward said, it really starts with an idea. And 3 years later, here you are about to make this short. with the support of
great.
Kinolime.
It's
It's
great.
very, very exciting. Thank you to the audience for tuning in and voting, and to the production team here at Kinolime for providing really incredible opportunities to emerging screenwriters and filmmakers to get their work made and seen. And what's next for Kinolime? Coming up, we have from homeroom to Hollywood. It's the National High School Competition Next, where high school storytellers can submit a 5 to 15 page short script for the opportunity to win $5,000 in production funding, the opportunity to develop their short into a movie, and a $2,500 scholarship to the winning writers. That is an incredible opportunity as well for our young emerging writers. Submissions begin February 2nd, so get those short scripts ready. And again, Oleg, thank you so much for being here today and for this awesome company and opportunity. And,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to thank everybody who participated, all the writers trusting us with your work, and to everybody who voted, and thank you for making this so nice.
Of course.
And to the studio, everybody behind the camera. Again, we are here for audience. It's all about the audience speaks, audience votes, and audience chooses what the next project is. So thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you everyone for being here, and
Thank
we'll see
you
you
so
next
much.
time.
Thank you. Have a good night. Have a nice day, actually, where you are.
Thank you.
We will.
Okay, congrats again.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye-bye.
Amazing.